Hi everyone, my name is Erica and welcome to my channel. I recently had a gastric sleeve procedure because I was struggling over all these years with weight loss. I'm going to share my journey from being a big girl all the way to becoming a healthy person with you, so you guys can see all this process. Here's a little bit of information about me. First off, I know that I sound a little bit different. I understand that, it's hard for many of you to understand me. The reason that, I sound different is because actually I'm from Venezuela and Spanish is my first language. Please let me know in the comments below if you cannot understand me, and I know that it might be difficult like I mentioned earlier, but please just let me know. Trust me, I will not be offended. I'll be happy to help. A little bit more about me. I immigrated here back in 1997, I think, when I was about 19 years old with my family. I'm currently 42 years old and married, and I have two kids, two girls. One is 9 and the other one is 14. And when it comes to weight loss, it was always a struggle since I was a teenager. So I was always on diets, trying to make sure that I was not hungry all the time, or trying to be active. But as I became older, it was even harder and harder just to try to become more active. And I guess just the fact that I did so many diets, every time that I did a diet, when I stopped doing the diet, I will gain, I don't know, 10 or 15 pounds more and more. So I end up, being as big as 293. When I had my first appointment with the surgeon, I weighed 285 or 284, some closer to that figure. But I was a big girl. I'm still a big girl, but what I'm trying to say is I was a bigger girl back then. So at the day of the surgery, I weighed 261 pounds. I had my surgery on February 5th. So in about 5 days, or actually 4 days, is going to be my 3-month, anniversary, I could say. Here's a picture how I looked before. In this picture, I was about 274. Today is May 1st, and my weight is 215 pounds. Here's a picture of me today. I'm very proud. I didn't used to fit in this shirt that I'm wearing today. And, I noticed that many of the clothes that I used to have, or that I have, is, I can fit in those clothes, and it's actually kind of satisfying that I can use clothes that I used to use now. Like in this channel, like I mentioned before, I'm going to go through all my journey. I'm going to share with you guys, the process, from, picking a surgeon, making sure that the insurance, if you do it with the insurance, you meet all the requirements, and what are the things that, I was able to do. Don't worry, all this information is just going to list below, along with timestamps, so it will be easier to jump to each step. I think the first thing that you have to understand, and the first step that you have to do, is just to make sure that you're ready to make a decision to have a better lifestyle. You're not just going to go for this procedure and say, okay, it's done, I can just eat whatever, and just because I'm eating just a little bit at a time is better. No, remember, this procedure is just a tool for you to succeed, for you to be better, and for you to have, a better lifestyle overall. Making this decision is not easy. It actually took me years to actually get to this point that I was actually ready. I will say it took me about a couple months to decide on which surgeon I was going to go with. But it's very important that you understand that from that point on, that after you have the surgery, things are not going to be the change, but they're going to be for the better. So please make sure that if you are going to do this procedure, is that because you are ready to make a lifestyle change in your life. The second thing that I think you need to do is just choosing a surgeon. Search on the internet, go for reviews, watch videos, talk to people that had this surgery before. I talked to several people, and they told me, yes, Erica, it's not going to be easy, but it's doable. And I think it's a challenge that you want to become better, and you see so many people succeed. Of course, you're going to have some people that they thought that they were ready and they're not ready, but I talked to so many people that they succeeded at this, that it make me lose that me being afraid of just making this lifestyle change. After this, I will say number 3, after choosing your surgeon, make sure that you're following his or her instructions. You were the one who made this decision. They're not just telling you just to follow all these instructions just to restrain you or anything like that. You are the one who made the decision, so you're ready to make a change. In my case, I was required to go to a 6-month physical supervised weight loss with a different doctor, not with my surgeon. So every month I needed to go and weigh in, and they gave me several options of having different diets and having taken some medication to change my behavior. But even though that I lost some weight during this period, it was not what I was expected. I was still hungry, and after a while, the medication that I was taking, it was not really doing anything. For what I understand, is only for a short period of time. So, and during this period, I lost about, I would say, 11 to 12 pounds. So I was about 274, 273. The fourth step, it will be like when you're getting approved from your insurance company. The insurance company and your surgeon are going to suggest that you go to a nutritionist class. Normally the surgeons, offer this nutritionist class. When I went to the class, this class lasted about 4 to 5 hours, I would say. And after that, you visit the surgeon just to make sure that you weigh in. During these classes, they teach you, like how to read the nutritionist labels on products that you're buying, just to make sure that you know how many grams of fat or how many grams of carbs you can have in the products that you're buying. Of course, they tell you that concentrating your meats, that it contains most of your proteins. So they teach you all these things, and what they're trying to do, they're trying to prepare you so after the surgery you are not lost. The class is a little bit overwhelming. There is a lot of information that they provide in this class, but they also provide a lot of written documents for you to take home, like a small PowerPoint presentation that they have. They go ahead and print it out for you, so you can take it home. You can make notes, and all those kind of things. The fifth step, I will say that, and it might be similar for some other people, but it might not, that you have to follow a liquid diet. During the nutritionist, class, they teach you, what are the things that you can, drink during the liquid diet. And there is actually two types of liquid diet. The full liquid diet that basically consists in protein shakes, soups, broth, pudding, yellow, is basically, all these things that you can technically eat, correct? And they just tell you, okay, this is the guidelines that you need to follow on the nutritionist labels. Like I mentioned before, you're going to follow a liquid diet a week before the surgery. For about, I think, 5 days, you follow the full liquid diet, but the last couple days, what you will do, you will follow a clear diet, a clear liquid diet. And this clear liquid diet consists in just basically just drinking water, Gatorade, broth, and just making sure that everything that you drink is, kind of clear. They consider also yellow like a clear, liquid, a diet item. So, I was able also to eat a little bit of that. And trust me, guys, this liquid diet is not easy, but it's doable. During this period, I lost about 13 pounds. Like I was saying earlier, I was about 274 before, when I started all this journey. Then after I went my 6-month weight supervised, weight loss program, I lost about, 12 pounds or so. And then, when I started the liquid diet, I, lost about, 12, 13 more pounds. So that's how I got down to 261 just before the surgery. It's not easy, like I mentioned before, but again, it's doable. For step 6, I would say it's the day of the surgery. There is really, believe it or not much to say here. Of course, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be anxious. The day of the surgery, or the day before the surgery, I had a bit of not much sleep, but I was ready. I made my decision that I wanted to become a better me, have a better lifestyle, and to do that, I needed to make some changes. So I was ready. And just keep in mind, the day of the surgery, you're going to be mostly sedated, right? But you're still, going to remember a couple things. Recovery. I would say that it will be step 7. Recovery to me starts the same day of the surgery. After you're done with your procedure, they tell you, okay, you're going to go to your room, and you just need to make sure that you follow the instructions. You're going to be uncomfortable. You are going to be in pain. For me, I feel very nauseated, but unfortunately, there is nothing to come out because my stomach was empty. But it's a decision that you made to become better, and trust me, it's gonna get better as the days pass by. I would say that this period of being extremely uncomfortable and in pain and not feeling that well, it lasted about, I would say, 4 to 5 days. I would say finally on the 5th day, that night, I was able to sleep, a good 6 hours. I know that 6 hours is not ideal, but I call that, a win. I also, when I got home, I make sure that, I had a recliner. I know that not many people will have the ability to have a recliner, but the fact that I was not laying flat on the bed, it helped me a lot. Believe it or not, is you have a procedure on your abdomen, and if you lay flat on the bed and you're trying to get up, it's not easy. For me, yes, my bottom cheeks were hurting, but what I did just to compensate for that, for sitting on the recliner for a while, I used extra pillows or comforters just to, make me feel a little bit better. And yes, I was tender for a while. Like, when I took, a shower, it was not easy to try to wash around my stomach area, but it gets better and better every day. During the next 2 weeks, what I did, I continued a liquid diet, and it was, I was losing a lot of weight very quick, and it was impressive. You can see, like, in some of the before and after pictures, especially your face, looks very, thin. Step nine, we already talked about diet changes. You start with the liquid diet, and you start seeing some changes. And the changes that you see is not only that, you're losing a lot of weight, but is, your body tells you when you're full and when you're not. Your skin looks different. And you're a completely different person, believe it or not. And it's funny because even my husband, he can see those changes. Yes, your skin looks a little bit smoother, or yes, you're losing a lot of weight pretty fast. And even believe it or not, the way that you lay down in your bed, it makes a difference. Now there is certain positions that before were uncomfortable because maybe it will hurt your back, and now you're like, wow, this is so comfortable, and I think I can sleep like that, and you sleep better. So after I was done with the liquid diet, I started a semi-solid diet, and boy, I was so excited. I said, well, finally I get to eat something. And of course they limit you what you can eat. But I was so excited that I was able to eat a boiled egg. Of course, it took me a while to eat the boiled egg, because technically when you're eating, you need to make sure that you're chewing your food, in an applesauce consistency. So, I'm just eating my boiled egg, and I'm all excited. And all of a sudden, I'm about halfway of the boiled egg, and I couldn't eat anymore. I was technically in shock, because to the way that I see it, how am I going to throw away that other half egg that I didn't eat? And this is not, I can't believe this. So long story short, the next couple days after that, I was eating mashed potatoes. What else I ate? I ate, boiled eggs, and start eating pudding again. And you start little by little. To me, the way that I see it, this is like when you have a baby and you feed the baby. Either you breastfeed your baby, or you give him a bottle. And then you start introducing, baby food, and it's kind of like an applesauce consistency. That's the way that it works. You're starting like all over. And, then, after you're for so many weeks on that, semi-solid diet, then you start on you start introducing some other, elements to your diet, that you're like, okay, it makes it better. Right now, I'm to the point that I can eat about 4 ounces. And 4 ounces of food, it does not get me so full that I feel uncomfortable. It just makes me happy. It makes me satisfied. If I eat more than 4 ounces, I will feel uncomfortable. I will have to make sure that if I eat a little bit more than 5 ounces, I need to walk a lot, because even if I sit down, I can feel the tension in my stomach. That it's not that I'm going to vomit or anything like that, but it's discomfort. So you just need to make sure that when you're eating, you eat slow, because your stomach is going to get fuller faster than what your brain can understand. So your brain is going to say, yes, keep eating, because that's what you're used to. And then all of a sudden you're burping a lot, because by the way, when you start burping, that's your stomach telling you that you're getting full. So you start seeing, when you start burping, is that moment that, okay, you need to stop. You don't need to keep eating. Okay. So again, everyone, thank you for joining me on my first video. I'm happy that I'm sharing my journey with you guys, and I hope that these videos from now on helps others to make a life change decision. Like there is many things, there are many good things that could happen after you make this, the lifetime decision, and just help you to decide. If you have any questions, please just drop them in the comments. And again, if I'm not easy to understand, I'll be happy to go a little bit slower in my next videos, and again, I will try to answer all of my questions. So in my next video, I will talk about things that to consider when making your decision when to take this procedure, and some advice on how to select your surgeon. I really hope that that this channel can help many people in making their decision. Please subscribe and just click the bell button so you can be reminded that every time that I post new content. And also click the like button, or maybe the dislike button. I figure that not everybody is going to like the video, but I'm here to help. So please just let me know any way that I can help. And until next time, adios. No. Okay.
We can edit it out. One of the things that I